Another way to understand XPath and how we navigate through the XML document is to think about your Windows Explorer on your Windows machine, or if you have a Mac, it would be Finder. But basically, visually, this is how we navigate around in our file system. So we have, in this case, backward slashes. In XPath, we typically are using forward slashes. You'll see a variety of this going one way or the other. If you're using a Unix command line, you're often using forward slashes. If you're out on the internet and you're doing a URL, I think those are forward slashes. But usually that forward or backward slash is a way to designate a level that you are in a file system. And XPath does a similar thing. It uses forward slashes to designate what level you are in the node tree. So we know if we navigated this file system here, you have documents and settings. That would be like a parent. Teresa is like a child. In Teresa, we have my documents, and then computer class, and so on and so forth. Again, just to kind of get you used to this idea of navigating around in a hierarchical structure like an XML document. We've seen this before. This is the XML node tree. We have an article, root node, various child nodes, that then author here becomes a parent and then has children, and so the various levels of, again, an upside down tree or an expression of an XML document. The template match, we've already talked about that. Basically, that's that little magic code, line of code that we need in order to bring the entire document into the processor so we can actually start running our little XSLT program on it and the various XPath expressions. As I just mentioned, we have forward and backward slashes in the computer world. Forward slash is frequently in a Unix-like command interface or shell. If you've done any DOS prompt or Unix navigating around on a Unix machine, or if you've been on a server, this is what you would use. You'd actually type in these various commands. Basically, the slash is selecting a level in which to search in a file system. The only reason I should tell you all that, have the slide in here is just to get you used to this idea that the XPath expression language is not that dissimilar to what you're already doing when you point and click through your Windows Explorer or your Finder system in a Mac. You're basically looking for levels of hierarchy in your computer file system. Same way in an XML document, you're looking at levels or nodes, if you will, of hierarchical information. There's ways to locate nodes. You can either do it with a relative path or an absolute path. And there's various reasons why you'd want to use one or the other, and we're going to look at those in the next slide.